Please be seated.
The Honorable Court is now in session. Case number 120 of 2026. The allegation before this court is that a government school teacher instructed students to clean their own classroom.
Advocate Aisha Noor, you may present your case.
Much obliged, my lord. Today, this case is not about a broom, it's about a child's dignity. A concerned parent was passing by a government school when he witnessed the children cleaning their classroom. The sight disturbed him. His first thought was, have schools now begun assigning cleaning duties to children? My lord, every child has a fundamental right to study in an environment where learning is the primary responsibility. Government school children is no less deserving of dignity than any other children. Today it is sweeping the classrooms. Tomorrow it may be cleaning the corridors, the playgrounds and offices. Why do we draw the line? If such practices are accepted, what message are we sending? That children should perform duties meant for others? My lord, the parent is not questioning the teacher's intention. He is questioning the method. The children are sent to school to learn, not to hold brooms. I therefore request this honorable court to examine whether this act crosses the boundaries of teacher's school. Thank you.
Advocate Zoya Bar, the court would like to hear the defense.
Much obliged, my lord. The learned counsel has presented a broom as though it were a weapon of crime. Let's illustrate examine the facts. Were these children cleaning the toilets? No. Were they made to replace regular sanitation workers? No. Were they forced to work for hours? No. The children merely picked up pieces of paper, arranged their desks and spent a few minutes cleaning their own classroom, the very room where they learn every day. My lord, there is an important difference between child labor and responsibility. When children make their beds at home, are parents exploiting them? When they keep their study tables clean, is that child labor? When they place their plates in the kitchen after dinner, does anyone rush to the police station? Then why responsibility becomes exploitation the moment it enters the classroom?
Responsibility, interesting. Then perhaps students should clean the school garden tomorrow. Next week paint walls. Next month repairing broken windows. Where exactly does this responsibility end?
It ends exactly where exploitation begins. No teacher has the right to use students as labor. No teacher has the right to replace the work of regular support staff. That is absolutely unacceptable. But this case is entirely different. My lord, may I remind this court that our nation proudly celebrates Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. For years, we have encouraged citizens to take responsibility for cleanliness. The slogan has never been, wait for someone else to clean. Instead, it is, begin with your own surroundings. Every year, we see ministers, officers, doctors, celebrities, and students participating in cleanliness drives. Society appreciates them. Photographs are published. Speeches are delivered. Awards are given. But when a government school teacher encourages children to spend a few minutes cleaning their own immediate learning environment, suddenly the same act becomes a court case. What irony, my lord! These children were not cleaning markets. They were not sweeping roads. They were not replacing sanitation workers. They were simply caring for the classroom where they spend 6 hours every day. A child who learns to keep his classroom clean today will not throw litter on the roads tomorrow. He will respect parks. He will respect rivers. He will respect public properties. That is not labor. That is civic education. That is character building. That is the true spirit of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Your Honor, अगर स्कूल में स्वीपर की पोस्ट पे कोई नहीं है, तो क्या इसका मतलब यह है कि उस्ताद खुद स्कूल साफ करे या घर से अपनी बेटर हाफ को लाए ताकि वो स्कूल साफ करे? क्या पेरेंट्स यही चाहते हैं? क्या हमारा सिस्टम ऑफ एजुकेशन यही चाहता है?
This court finds no evidence that the students were subjected to forced labor or made to replace regular cleaning staff. The code distinguishes between exploitation and education. Children must never be compelled to perform work that belongs to employees. However, encouraging students to maintain cleanliness in their own classroom, to avoid littering and to care for their immediate environment in a safe and respectful manner is consistent with the values promoted by Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and with the broader aim of character education. This complaint is therefore dismissed. Before I rise, I wish to make one final observation. A teacher's work cannot be measured by a single photograph or a single moment. Teachers are entrusted with shaping minds, building characters, nurturing values, inspiring confidence, and preparing future citizens. Society often notices only a 5-minute incident, but forget the thousands of unseen hours a teacher devotes to every child. Teachers are accountable, like every public servant, but they should not become target of suspicion for every well-intentioned effort to teach responsibility. The code is adjourned.
एडवोकेट श्रेया भट्ट, आप अपनी जीत पर क्या कहना चाहोगे?
No comments, please.
जी क्लार्क सर।
एडवोकेट आयशा मीर, आप अपनी हार पर क्या कहना चाहोगे?
Actually, when I entered this courtroom this morning, I believed that I was arguing against a teacher. Now I realize I may have been arguing against one of the most misunderstood profession in our society. Teachers are expected to produce excellent examination results. They are expected to build with discipline. They are expected to teach moral values. They answer to officers, they answer to parents, they answer to society. And still, society questions them for the smallest incidents. If a child scores poorly in exams, the teacher is responsible. If discipline declines, the teacher is responsible. And if values disappear, the teacher is responsible. And now, if children help keep their own classroom clean for a few minutes, again the teacher is responsible. I continue to believe that no child should ever be compelled to replace regular support staff. That would be wrong. But I also recognize that encouraging children to care for their immediate surroundings as part of civic responsibility and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is not a sin. Perhaps the teacher was not on trial today. Perhaps our perception of teacher is lost.
Thank you.